Day 34, suicide prevention awareness, domestic violence, narcissistic behavior, depression, anxiety, how to handle it. Today, we're really going to focus in on domestic violence and how to recognize that in your partners. Okay, number one is power and control. At the center of domestic violence, the issue is control. The abuser is intent on gaining and maintaining power over his or her partner through fear and intimidation. It doesn't have to necessarily involve physical harm. So abuse can be through fear and intimidation. Abusive partner uses various tactics to achieve control. They may intimidate, demean the person, constantly criticize, monopolizing household finances, telling her what she can wear, where she can go, who she can see. The person might play mind games, such as suggesting that you're hypersensitive, or you're going crazy, or you're overreacting, or you're hysterical, or you're mentally unbalanced. All of those things are a sign of having the control. Abuse may also take the form of pathological jealousy, such as false accusations of adultery. Soon, the person will find out that they're being cut off from all outside connections, no longer in touch with the people and services that could help them. Isolation may also be used, so that you may think that you don't have any help, or there's nobody there to help you or understand you. After an incident, the person who's abused usually tries to apologize, tries to use because they think that they're the ones who are causing the problems, and that the abuser is the actual victim. They're the ones who never causes the problems, which is the exact opposite. Another thing is intimate partners are also abused in different ways. So there's ongoing stress that happens when you're being abused. You might have chronic pain, gastrointestinal symptoms. People who are abused may also have arthritis, neck pain, pelvic pain, migraines, and headaches, because menstrual problems, because you have all of this stress, you have all this anxiety, and you have all of this depression going on. They say domestic abuse is closely linked to mental illnesses and substance abuse. So a study is found that 47.6% of battered women were depressed, and 63 or 64% have post-traumatic stress disorder. 19% used alcohol, 9% used drugs, 9 and 8% committed suicide. So because of this, people or women in general have a really difficult time with dealing with domestic violence, because you have all of these other conditions that are coming out of the domestic abuse. You have the depression, you have the anxiety, now you have post-traumatic stress, you have physical problems like pain, migraine, headaches, things like that. So what do? We get out. Getting out, walking away from an abusive relationship is more than just, a single action. It's more than just one day. One of my friends explained it to me. It is literally war. You go to war. So hire a family attorney to represent you, document everything, build up your case, and prepare to go to war. Prepare to take the other person down. That's what my friend told me. And it is the greatest advice that I've ever gotten in this situation, because there is no nice person here. I mean, you can't rationalize and can't have any kind of sympathy for an abuser. You have to literally take them down, or they will take you down further. So we're getting out of this, right? The woman might want to leave the partner, but she might be worrying about her children. What happens if she leaves? What happens, the fear of being isolated, because now she's alone, and what's going to happen. So how's she going to survive financially and care for her children? So there's all of these different things that you have to think about. And that's what keeps people in abusive domestic violence relationships, is because they have those other fears of how their kids are going to get taken care of, how they're going to, survive financially, their isolation, no support, how she's going to care for her children. This can also happen with men too, all right? Because men get abused also. I was one of them, and it's not fun at all. So get the support that you need. Tell somebody, tell people, let them know. There's nothing to be ashamed about. There's nothing to hide. Let people know what you're going through. Let people be able to counsel you, to give you some sort of advice. I told one friend what was going on, because she's a really, really very smart, educated person in the healthcare industry. And I needed her to help me navigate the healthcare challenges with HIPAA and all of these rules and regulations, and how to get around it and how to get to the right people in the departments. And she just asked me questions, and I told her what was going on. And she said, look, you got to be prepared to go to war. And she really helped me open up my eyes. So you never know who you can be telling that will give you the most valuable information that will help you bridge the gap of the learning curve. May take you months to learn. You can just learn it in literally one conversation. So definitely reach out to people and get the help, get the support that you need. And don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Take care of your kids, take care of yourself, and learn to recognize what's going on with you in your relationships, because domestic abuse and domestic violence is a slow fade. It doesn't just happen overnight. It comes off in the littlest things that slowly chip away at your character, chip away at your self-confidence, and chip away of the person that you are. And you get to the place where you just don't know who you are anymore. And now you're literally blah. And that's definitely not a place where you need to be. Nobody should be there. And I'm living proof of being in a situation like that, where a woman was domestically abusing me and verbally assaulting me. And I said, you know what? This is not for me anymore. I don't care. It's not for me anymore. And I know who I am, and I know what I want to live about, how I want my life to be about, and how I want to feel. And I want that person that's in my life to give me good constructive criticism. Don't just rip me down because you didn't get your way, like on one little thing, and it's unacceptable. So my advice to you is to get out, get the help you need. And the depression, anxiety, and the stress, and the post-traumatic stress, and the physical pain, and all that stuff that comes with domestic violence will start to dissipate. But you got to get the help. Get a good family attorney. You might spend a lot of money to get that process, to get away and to start creating the gaps and getting out. But in the long run, it's worth it. Your kids need better. You need better. And don't worry. You will be able to survive without that person. You will be able to take care of yourself. And isolation is a gift. Being alone is a gift. It gives you time to pour into you, and to fill your cup back up, and to love yourself, and to get really, really comfortable with yourself. Because singleness is the most important relationship to have. If you can't live with yourself and you can't be happy with you while you're single, there ain't no way you're going to be happy being married to somebody else or being with somebody else. So hope this helps somebody, and seek the help, get the help. There's help out there, nothing to be ashamed about. And don't let domestic violence run your life and control you and drag you into the ground. All right? Live free, live amazingly.